right, we are going to look at how to use rules or underlines with InDesign. It is one of my favorite tools to create hierarchy and visual interest and texture. And it's really helpful when you have a lot of text and information, and I think this is a great time to start using it. So we have this information which is for another series of lectures, a conference, typographics. If I first, for instance, made this information, which is the name of the lecturer and her lecture title, bold, that starts to help create some hierarchy between the three bits of information: title or lecturer, title, and description. But what I'd like to do is then create even a little more visual interest and hierarchy. So what I'm going to do is come to my paragraph palette, which is over here. Remember, you can always change your workspace up here. And typography is often the best. It just gives you sort of everything right here at your demand here. And in the flyout menu of the paragraph window or palette, you can select paragraph rules. I'll select that, and I'll say I would like a rule under Ye-Wan Song. So my cursor is actually in this paragraph, so it said, oh, you want a rule under that paragraph. Actually, no, I want a rule under Ye-Wan Song. So I'm going to put my cursor there and click the flyout menu again, click paragraph rules, and now click rule on. And you can see the rule now actually reaches the whole length of the text box. If you don't see the rule, just make sure your preview is checked on. So one thing I can do is say I want to actually shorten that rule, not to be the width of the whole column, but to be the width of the text itself. That's helpful. I can also change the offset. So we often don't want it to be an underline in the classic sense of the word. We want it to be a rule below. Now we've got a problem here, and that is that this is a very, this is the leading of the whole block of text. I'd like a little bit of space there. So I'm going to click OK. I'm going to leave that paragraph rule where it is. And now I'm going to go back and add some space after my lecturer's name. So I've gone to my paragraph formatting controls, and I'm running over here to space after, and I'm just going to click and add a little bit of space after. So now I can go back to my paragraph rules palette and start adjusting my rule again. So you can do things like you can change the weight, you can change the color. The color does need to be in the already in there. You can't make a new color while you're in this box, which is not a big deal. But we're going to stick with black right now. Or one thing you can do is just tell it to match whatever the text color is. So if you were to change the style, it would always just match that text color. I'm going to have it move down a little bit more, maybe to 0.08, 0.09. I want it to kind of be centered, basically, vertically centered. And sometimes you just have to eyeball that, because a mathematical center isn't always what's going to look right. I'm also thinking I actually want this line to be shorter. So what I can do is actually do what's called a right indent by pushing that line, indenting it in. You can also do a left indent. So you could do something where you kind of did a center. Now I think that's a bit weird for having a fully left aligned block of text. So I'm going to remove that left indent and just do a right. And I'm going to do like a little baby. I like these kind of baby, just a little dab there. And I'm going to even go thicker. I like kind of a little, I don't know what you might call it, but it's just a little etch there to call out this break. And then I can click OK, and I could then go ahead and turn this into a style. So, keep my cursor within that line, go to paragraph styles, and hold down that option key, click on create new style, and then name it, speaker name. and make sure you've selected apply style to selection and click OK, and there you go. So that is how to create a paragraph rule. Just check out this video again when you forget and experiment with it. You can do a lot of, you can play with centering and using the text width and the column width to get lots of different, to create lots of different looks.